As humans, we have five senses, which are sight, smell, hearing, taste, and touch. Marketers can target any combination of these senses to influence consumer behavior. Starting with sight, an important yet easily targeted sense can be used by advertisers by displaying appealing images on billboards or videos on our phones or TVs. Cool blue colors may create a feeling of trust, while vibrant pink might seem feminine or romantic. Our sense of hearing is also critical for marketers. An extremely successful tactic they use is slogans or jingles. You probably recognize a lot of them without realizing it. For example, McDonald's slogan or rhyme, "I'm loving it." Another sense advertisers target is our sense of touch. They can accomplish this through a certain familiar texture or high quality products. For example, someone may only use a certain type of toilet paper because they think it feels the best and it's most useful to them. Marketers also use our sense of taste to get us to buy their products, like that friendly Costco employee handing out free samples of food, which give a perspective into what you'll receive buying the final product. Finally, our sense of smell is an effective way for advertisers to influence our decisions. For example, Cinnabon's signature scent at Eglinton subway station is unmatched. If you were to encounter that scent, you would immediately think of Cinnabon even if you weren't there. In conclusion, marketers use any of our five senses to influence our buying decisions everywhere and every day, whether we like it or not. The sense of touch and taste are arguably the hardest senses to advertise products towards. These two senses are exceptionally difficult to target exclusively when advertising due to the functionality of the sense and the limitations of advertisements. The vast majority of potential consumers will analyze the product using another sense, which will only then stimulate these two senses. A few examples would be a food stand selling burgers, a television advertisement for the chicken Big Mac, a carpet in a furniture store, and a soft cotton sweater in a retail store. The food stand would likely catch you initially by your sense of smell, the sounds of the burger patty frying, or the colorful visuals on the stand. The sense of taste or touch would come as secondary senses, and ultimately would not be able to be stimulated until post-purchase. Likewise, television advertisements for the chicken Big Mac would only garner your attention to those primary senses. If these senses are not attracted to the initial appeal, the drive to stimulate the sense of taste and touch is diminished. You will not leave the comfort of your home to feel and taste a product that does not look or sound appealing under most circumstances. The carpet and soft cotton sweater follow the same concept. You're generally initially attracted by the visual interest of the product before you're interested in the sensation of the textile. There are set scenarios in which you might brush against the product unknowingly and take interest, or walk over a carpet without taking visual notice of it. But these are generally situations far from common. Scent marketing is a proven method to grow sales, especially in the food industry. As taste is strongly related scientifically to scent, it is logical to use one in order to sell the other. It is a seamless way to do marketing. Odors are invisible to the naked eye and allow for a strong method of advertisement. Utilizing fragrant aromas in the air is a way to influence people while they do something vital, breathing. In order to work most efficiently, scent marketing must use recognizable smells. This is needed for the brain to activate long-term memory and retrieve past information to make connections between the smell and the food. Examples would be Burger King using ventilation ducts to aerate the smell of grilled meat, nebulizers in buses activated at the time as the Dunkin' Donut commercials air on the radio, Dunkin' Donuts coffee aroma being placed somewhere where people would potentially need a coffee on the run. Even restaurants have a specific time to bake goods, so the smell is at its strongest when customers come in. Sounds are not one of the senses many often associate with the food industry, but is one of the most effective senses. Advertisements for food brands often have catchy jingles that stay stuck in our heads for weeks. For example, KFC's Finger Lickin' Good.
It's finger licking good.
It is one of those iconic jingles that will forever stay in consumers' heads. There is often product placement in shows and movies that have characters speak about real-life food companies and inadvertently make consumers remember these brands and keep them in their heads. Brands pay top dollar for product placement in big movies and shows because they know how much they affect consumers. Sounds of certain foods invoke a type of sensation in us. The sizzling sound of bacon cooking, the sound of a Coke can opening, and the sound of a bottle opening. These simple sounds can make the consumer crave these foods or just simply make them hungry or thirsty. Sound is such a powerful sense in the food industry because it can impact us without us knowing. Many times people don't really notice that sounds can make them hungry and impact them.